Chinese internet users who uploaded coronavirus memories to GitHub have been arrested. A lot of people have been asking how the world punishes China for their response to the coronavirus, assuming, ultimately, there is something demonstrated to be punished for, of course. The most sensible path I see is to aggressively attack the Chinese firewall. Both publicly and covertly, do everything we can to enable the free flow of information within and out of China. Undermine the ability of the government to monitor their population and keep them in the dark, and keep information from flowing out of China. And don't use TikTok, or only use it for anti-CCP videos. Then you'll get to see why the platform was created. Hope this is a reminder to everyone that talks about the Chinese like they're a CCP hive mind. Dissidents remain and need support. Agreed. Like all the idiots who say nuke China. They forget there are real people there. Innocents who are just trying to live their lives. The party's tradition of being an ass to their fellows started with a great leap backward, and with this, that tradition strongly continues on to this day. These people are true heroes. I appreciate everything they did. For the last 3 months, I rely on their GitHub pages to access to the collection of sensitive materials. The whole world was monitoring China's outbreak, but only local media and individual reports have that relatable and unique perspective. There were so many of them during that hellish time, but were all deleted very quickly. Guess it's naive of me to think they will be available on GitHub forever and the authority will allow any of it to continue existing. It's astonishing to find out that it is that easy to rewrite history and facts. Ever since our domestic cases were under control and other countries fell into the shithole, I witnessed many of my countrymen started to forget about the struggles and pain we went through in the last 3 months. And now all the materials are deleted. Of course this fucking scandal will soon become a myth, a conspiracy targeted at our beloved government. Ironic, I could only speak out on Reddit in another language. It's time for the world to turn it back on China and sanction them. Until they establish human rights and freedoms of speech, also party leaders answer for their crimes. The first rule of Prison Nation. Don't post pictures or talk about Prison Nation. I love all the China apologists I see on Reddit saying, "Oh, China's not that bad." You're just jumping on the anti-China bandwagon. Yes, it's really this bad. That and oh look, more anti-Chinese propaganda keeps getting posted. As long as China keeps being evil fucks, people will keep posting about it. Chinese gov should be sued, sanctioned or stepped DWN for covering up evidence and not sharing the truth about this virus when it first happened. Instead they tried to cover it up. That should have been an act of war against all other nations. For a country that's supposed to be keeping all kinds of secrets, we sure seem to know all the goes. You're probably just joking, but just because you see 100% of the leaks doesn't mean that's all the water in the pipes. Just because the nature of the leak is as bad or worse than you expect doesn't mean that's as bad as the leak could be. We may not know what's in the pipe, but we do know that it's almost definitely holding a lot more water than we can actually see. Imagine if China spent all the effort they expend trying to prevent people from making their country better and used it to actually make their country better. There are more than 1 billion Chinese people. If they stoop up and said fuck you to their oppressive regime together, they could fix their country overnight. The problem is that not all of the billion dislike the regime, especially the ones that benefit. Those also, coincidentally, tend to be the ones with the guns and tanks.